I'm Crystal Venegas, licensed marriage and family therapist.
And I'm Ibrahim Dalla, licensed massage practitioner and certified health coach.
And this is the Holistic Healers Community Podcast.
All right. And in 5, 4. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Holistic Healers Community Podcast. Yeah! Oh, that was amazing. Hold on, let's do that again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Holistic Healers Community Podcast. Oh, I like that.
Harmonizing. All right.
I love that. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my
How
goodness.
are you?
Good morning. It's a great morning so far. Happy Monday, you guys.
Happy Monday.
Thank you. Yes, happy Monday. I'm so happy to be here, and
So
what a
happy to
beautiful
have
weather
you.
today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's pronounced Ida, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Ida.
Yes.
Ida is here. Welcome, Ida, to our community. Ida is one of our community members. She's been with us for a little bit now.
Yes.
Yeah, almost a year or so, around that time frame. And Ida is an acupuncturist.
Yes.
Can you tell the community a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. My name is Mat Aris. I was originally born in Singapore, and as of this year, this is actually my 19th year of practicing this wonderful medicine.
Wow, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes, yeah.
Wow, 19 years.
It is, yeah. Yeah, think about it, huh? 19 years. Like,
Right.
Wow.
What made you get into it?
Yes.
Well, a little bit of a backstory. I used to run track and field when I was growing up in Singapore. So this is when I was about 14 years old. So of course, when you run track and field, you do have a lot of injury. But at the same time, that was also the onset of my menstruation and puberty. So I think because of the fact that my body was under so much stress with training, I developed lots of painful periods and everything. So what my parents did was that, of course, if you go to the Western doctor, the only thing they would offer you was go take birth control pills.
Right.
This is a no-go for my parents. So then they say, we're going to bring you to an acupuncturist. And I say, sure. Then I'm like, okay. Then what happened was, of course, the acupuncturist treated me for my sprain strain, which I get a lot when I was training for those 110-meter hurdles and everything. So, but what was amazing was that within 2 months of intensive treatment for my menstrual issues, it was all gone.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
My pain was so bad to the point that if this is where I'm sitting and that's the toilet, I would crawl on my first few days and just puke my guts out.
Wow.
And I couldn't go to school. So then that become also like people making fun of me at school when they know the time of the month she's not there. Oh, because she has a woman's problem. So that's also an issue of self-esteem back then and everything. Because your body is changing at 14 years
Yeah.
old and everything.
Yeah.
And also being a teenager is also at that time is also a very challenging period. So
Oh, yeah.
I was so grateful that my parents did that for me, and because of that I remembered how wonderful I felt and everything, and that's why in my practice I dedicate a lot of my practice towards women's wellness. I find that as a woman, even to this date and in this country, we are always being blindsided.
Right.
And also a lot of the times when women talk to their doctors about, I have this pressure in my chest, I have these headaches and everything, they get brushed off. Oh, hypochondriac, go take this pill and everything.
Right.
So the ability to listen to women's health is not there. I mean, also sadly, because most doctors are still a very male-dominated profession.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, I dedicated a lot of my practice to wanting to educate women and to tell them, sure, if you want to go this way, that's your choice, but do understand that there's all this available for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
That's amazing.
beautiful.
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's incredible when we have gone through a very particular issue, and then that sort of inspires us to move forward and pay it forward. That's incredible.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
What inspired you to move to the States?
Well, way back then, who's now my husband,
Yes.
he asked me to come over and move.
Oh.
And I said, I cannot just move like that. I need to be able to know what my sense of purpose is and everything.
Right.
So I was trained as a social worker back home. I did have a university degree in economics and social work, and I was doing what is the equivalent of the DCFS, the Department of Children and Family Services. So
Yes.
we investigate cases of alleged abuse and all those. So at the time, I was thinking whether do I want to do like a master's in social work and then do that, or do I want to pursue this passion of mine? Because social work, yes, you do help a lot of people, but it is a very stressful profession.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
Oh,
so
yeah.
much
Taxing. Yeah.
I have so much respect to my friends and co-workers who are still doing the work they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't think I could survive,
That's
quite
a
honestly.
lot. That's a lot.
So, but I feel like I still want to help people. The idea of still wanting to help people is there. But I want to help it in a different way. I want to make them happy and everything. And then I'm like, okay, why not study this? Because I benefited from it. And I think a lot of people could benefit from it. So that's when I decided to go to acupuncture school in Santa Monica called Empress College.
Oh,
It was a 4-year program to get your master's, and then you then sit for the licensing exam so that you could practice in the state of California. So all those happened in 2006.
Oh, wow.
And my life changed.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And where were you living at that time?
At that time, we were living in the South Bay area near
Okay.
Redondo, Manhattan Beach.
Okay, yes.
So I had my practice close to there. And then I don't know if you guys remember, 2008 economic crisis happened.
She may not remember that, but I remember.
Really?
I was alive then.
Yeah, but you're probably a baby. So
Just graduated high school in 2007. So.
oh my God.
Yeah.
You aged me.
Yeah.
So all the offices that my husband was working at, they had like about 30 offices in all of North America, meaning US, Canada, and Mexico. So then everything got closed down except for the office in Ontario and the office in New Jersey. So the big bosses said that, okay, you can move to New Jersey, which is a corporate headquarters, or live anywhere you want and commute to Ontario. And at that time, we just had our son. I gave birth in 2006. Like I said, everything happened in 2006. And I said, like, no way, Jose, I'm going to move to New Jersey because I don't have the license to practice in the state of New
Right.
Jersey. So
Right.
that would
You
mean
have to
that
start
I have
all
to
over.
study. And I said, my hormones postpartum are out of whack. So
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
delete that. So I said, why don't we just move inland? Because, we know we could afford
Yes.
housing back then. It was so
Yeah.
much cheaper than now. And I said, like, and I'll do the commuting because I made the commitment that, I want to see our son grow up. So I was only working Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I did the commute all the way till from 2008, I would say April, all the way to end of 2011.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
had some years
Of
commuting
commuting.
from the South
Yes.
Bay to Ontario.
Correct. But then all along, as our son grows up, I know that I'm not going to do this commuting anymore.
It's too much.
Yes, so what we did was he was young at that time, so I loaded him up into the car. And then at that time, a lot of offices were empty, really, really empty
Yeah.
everywhere. So what I did was that I would just drive anywhere in like the IE area, Upland, Claremont, Chino, Ontario, and then just when there's a sign that says for rental or for lease, if I like the area, I write down the number
Oh,
and I
yes.
call the agent. So then we'll go and see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So then all in all, some work out, some don't work out. So in the end, I found this place in Chino in El Centro Real Plaza. I love it. It has a Spanish hacienda style.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful space.
Yeah, and
Beautiful space.
and I found it, and then the my landlord back then, it was owned by a Korean family. He told me that the unit was empty 2.5 years prior to me signing.
Wow.
So in a way, I was a godsend to him.
Right.
Yeah,
You're filling
yeah.
up that space.
Yeah, so and it's quite nerve-wracking because you have to rebuild all over again.
Yeah.
And letting go of something over that I built for 5 years in the South Bay. But I say I'm planting roots. We bought a house. Our son gonna start going to school at that time, and we are planting roots. So and I really trust the universe. I say if this is meant for me, it's gonna work out. So I just go with that. And look, this year I opened the clinic in 2011, and this is 2025. So 14 years, right?
Yeah. Doing great.
Isn't it crazy? Wow. And we went through COVID and we survived.
Right.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you were in business for yourself the entire time.
Yes.
So even the space in Santa Monica, that was fully yours.
No, the space in
South Bay.
Manhattan Beach.
Yes.
Yeah. At that time, I was part of a multidisciplinary practice. So there was a chiropractor, an exercise physiologist, a yoga therapist, and there was another acupuncturist there because I was only there Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
Right.
So, but it was a very good collaboration back then too because we referred to each other a lot. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. The owner of the business, who was Dr. Steve Goutreau, who's a chiropractor, he's a very avid cyclist, and he loves running marathon. So a lot of our clientele are people in the sports.
Athletic, yeah.
Yeah. So and he does a lot of work with some of the high school there. So we got a lot of coaches that refer.
That's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I love that.
Okay, so yeah, I can see how it would be really scary when you had so much support there. You had other practitioners that could refer to you,
Yes.
that were collaborating with you, and so to branch out over here and be completely on your own.
Yes.
How incredibly scary.
It was.
Yeah, but
It
also
was.
exciting to be closer and to have more quality time with your family and to and like you said, I love, so beautifully said, I'm planting roots.
Yes, I was. And at that time also, I was ready to fly solo. There was a very strong urge to say that, you're okay to fly solo. Don't be scared. And so what I did was that a lot of my practice right now has to do with people or profession in the birthing community, because I do prenatal work, I do fertility work and everything. So my first task at that time was literally knocking on doors because that was like pre social media, pre everything. So we have to go old school. So what I did was I reached out to a lot of the birth doulas, to the midwives, to OBGYN officers, and just say that, hey, can I talk to you guys and talk about acupuncture and everything? And I invited them to the clinic, and I told them a lot of them have not heard of acupuncture before, or they heard of it but they don't know how this could help a pregnant mom or a woman going through postpartum depression, or a postpartum mom who's having like mastitis or insufficient lactation and she feel beaten, so like, oh, I can't nourish my young, that kind of stuff. So we did that. So a lot of grassroots work, if you will, and I'm really thankful to the Inland Empire birthing community because those were the first profession that I reached out to when I first opened up my clinic and everything.
And I'd love to go back just a little bit. So you mentioned acupuncture can help with mastitis?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible. So when my son was, I would say about a year old or so, I ended up developing mastitis. And oh my God, so incredibly painful. So awful. And I got it right after we got COVID for the first time. And so COVID, I was asymptomatic, did not affect me at all, but mastitis took me out. It was awful. And I went to the doctors to get it treated, and all they said was, okay, we'll take this antibiotic, right? They didn't tell me there was any other, option.
Correct,
So how does acupuncture support mastitis?
Well, most of the time when women develop mastitis, one or two things. They may have developed some fevers, right? And then pain, obviously, and then engorgement, because you can't let down and everything. So the purpose of the acupuncture is to reverse that, to promote circulation, to open up all those places that were blocked, and then we encourage the mom to express some of those milk that was blocked. And sometimes I encourage the mom, because you're having mastitis, so maybe stop a little bit of breastfeeding. Thank God we have two breasts, so hopefully only one is having the engorgement. So, and then as they heal, and sometimes I put them either on herbs or supplement to open up the area and to help tissue healing. Yeah, because some mastitis can be bad, and on a lot of the moms, when they come after 2 or 3 sessions, they notice that they could let down. They call it let down.
Yeah.
And once the milk comes and everything, and then after that, I encourage them that if they know the first few signs that they think the mastitis is gonna come back, to come back for treatments and everything, and also maybe express some milk just to have as a backup, you know, and freeze them in case.
Yes.
Yeah. So some women just get mastitis one time, some may get recurring. So then, you know, we have to also backpedal a little bit. How was their delivery and everything? So sometimes the trauma from delivery can also lead to the body not healing and everything. And that's interesting because I noticed some women postpartum also develop mastitis after they had like a cold or a flu. So it's like the immune system was down, and then boom, this happened.
Yeah. It was literally like a week or 2 after we got COVID. So.
Right. And also maybe they have mastitis after they had like a urinary tract infection, which can happen too after giving birth and everything.
Wow.
So
Oh my goodness, I really wish we had established this community so much sooner, because there was so much that happened to me, especially particularly throughout the pregnancy or postpartum, that I wish I would have known alternative methods of healing. Because I felt so helpless, and like all I could do was go to the doctor, and they would give such limited information. They really wouldn't educate me on what was going on. They would just say, well, here's a prescription.
And then you can't blame them too, because they don't know, like this may not be part of their training and everything.
True.
So So
I mean, it's question.
well, then now you guys know.
Yes. And you know too.
Yeah. So I tend to encourage women who are pregnant, if let's say, because every pregnancy will be different. I've only been pregnant once, so I can't have a basis of comparison, with the exception of when my patients share with me or friends share with me, or like you share with me. So the first few months can be a little bit challenging on some, with the morning sickness and weight loss and no appetite and just being sick. Some women like, oh, this is the best, you know. So, and then second pregnancy is the reverse. They say, oh, my first pregnancy is easier, but my second pregnancy is the most horrible. So it's not uncommon. So I encourage patients, if they want in the first trimester, if they are starting to have all those issues, they should come as quickly as they could to make sure that we support them and set the stage for second trimester. Most of our second trimester is the best because I think we are used to it. It's just that we're just getting bigger, that's all.
But then, you haven't developed the discomfort yet.
Right. However, some women at the second trimester, they may develop things like gestational diabetes, maybe, high blood pressure, maybe, or cholestasis, where their liver numbers get really high, and that's when they could come a little bit more frequently. By the third trimester, some of them who saw me when they are in the first trimester and they didn't see me, and they go, Ida, you need to get this thing out. So they're like 37, 38 weeks, and it's just not comfortable and everything. That's okay, come back.
Gotta try to find them comfort.
Come back, and then you know, some women were told that if the doctors don't allow them to go beyond their due date, so they want to do the best that they can to go into labor naturally, or at least get the birth that they want, you know. Because I always caution, after doing this for 19 years, I always tell them, we always have this idea of the birth that we want, but just be open, because
it can change.
Yes, and we also want to think of the safety of the baby and you, the mom. And I said, like, just be open to that, because sometimes things happen in the process of bringing your child aside. So
That's very interesting.
Thank you.
I don't think I really saw a correlation or even understood that there was a collaboration with pregnancies and acupuncture. I mean, I know acupuncture is vast, but for me it was always more so for like certain pains, and I never I don't think I even really understood that pregnant women could receive acupuncture.
Oh yeah, it's safe. Obviously you have to see to somebody who has the experience doing it.
Yes, of course.
Because I do know of some acupuncturists who wouldn't want to do wouldn't want to take a pregnant patient, and you got to respect that, because But I've been doing this, and I'm pretty confident in helping. And of course, I'll be very honest if I say, I don't think this is something I could do. This is beyond what I could do.
Yeah.
So
it's like in my practice, I have the same issue. I know a lot of massage therapists that will not do prenatal
Yes.
massages
Yeah.
or will not give exactly what the client needs for prenatal.
Right.
They're scared of it.
Yeah.
So,
Has to do
but
with
with my
scope of
experience,
competence,
Yeah.
they're just scared of it. They don't have the experience with
Right.
it. But I obviously have, 20 plus years and absolutely adore doing prenatal massages.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite services to provide.
Yeah, because
It's an
the
amazing
mom loves
modality.
it.
Yeah, the mom loves it.
Pregnant
The
mom
baby
loves
loves
it.
it. I just had one of my clients who came to the sound bath recently, and I was talking to her baby during, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, baby's so happy. She's moving around. She's happy." It's one of my. I mean, I have 4 children, so I love it and adore it. So I understand what that feels like when
Yeah.
you're in an industry and there's a certain group of people that just won't do it
Right.
in the same field, but
Yeah.
then there's some people that
Right,
will. But that comes with experience.
That, and also then they say like, oh, I'll refer you to so and so because
Yes.
that's what she has experience with. Because
Exactly.
to the point that you said that you only know that acupuncture is good for pain, and yes, a lot of people that would be their first introduction to acupuncture. They come
Yeah.
for like headaches, like back pain,
Yeah, certain things.
but there are certain things that acupuncture could do that I think that also comes from education and also knowing the practitioner who could do certain stuff.
Yes.
So remember early on I said about I network a lot with profession in the birth community. So this is what I told them, that acupuncture can turn breech babies, and they were like, really? I said, yes, you have. So I do.
That's fascinating. Say that one more time, please.
Acupuncture can help turn breech baby. Breech baby meaning that, after 37 weeks, when they go to their OBGYN and they get the ultrasound, the baby is still like head up rather than
Yeah.
head down. Normally, a fetus would change to be
Yes.
head down like about 34, 35 weeks.
Yeah.
So sometimes they go like, oh, the baby haven't not head down yet. Then I say, how far along are you? She said, she's at 32. So I said, okay. You don't have to come in right now because your baby might turn on its own. So I said, call me at 36 weeks, then we'll start panicking.
Yes.
Because, due date is like 40 weeks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then at about 36 weeks, if they say it hasn't turned, then I'll help them to. Some work, some doesn't work, not all the time. But I would say if they come at about 36, 37 weeks onward, most likely my record has been like between 3 to 5 sessions, the baby could turn.
Yes.
If today is their due date and they come today, I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not today.
Not enough time.
Call
Because-
Ibrahim. He'll help turn the baby around.
Because there's not much space.
Yes.
At 36, 37 weeks, there's still space.
Yeah. There's no. Yeah. There's like that's due
There's no
date.
space.
Yeah,
And I said, like, I don't want to take your money. So I
Yeah.
said, we could do this. You might have to go through C-section eventually because quite honestly, not a lot of OBGYN has delivered a breech baby
Right.
naturally.
Right.
Never heard of it. And I said, then I could help you with the treatment to help you feel relaxed because the idea of surgery is daunting, right, on
Yeah.
anybody, more so for a mom who's gonna have a child. So I say, and then whatever comes after that, postpartum, we can help you heal and everything. But breech baby is one that I love doing.
Yeah.
The other thing is a medical condition called placenta previa. What happened was the placenta sits like the baby is here and the placenta is here. So if this placenta doesn't move, there's no way the baby can engage in the birth canal, and that is definitely a C-section thing.
Yeah. It's being blocked.
Yes. So that sometimes the mom get diagnosed with placenta previa at about 20 weeks, and again I tell them, don't worry, it could flip, so you could still come. But however, if like at 34, 35, it doesn't move, you're going to go through C-section.
Yeah.
Because she can never feel contraction and the baby can never go down. So there were cases where the mom had the placenta previa all the way. So she knows that she's going to go through C-section. So she wanted the treatments towards the end of her pregnancy to her scheduled C-section date to be an opportunity for her to relax. And hopefully post-surgery she heals good, and she did.
I wonder how common that is, and I wonder how many people actually know. I feel like nobody really knows that they can utilize this modality
Yeah, no.
for these symptoms. Like, I don't think that even.
And again, I don't know that a lot of doctors even recommend it and say, hey, you have options, right?
I
No.
notice those who would call me are people who are already hiring a doula or who are thinking of giving birth with a midwife, either at a birthing center or home birth. Or, believe it or not, some hospitals do have midwives
Yes.
Yeah.
as part of the birthing team now.
I'm noticing that starting
Yeah,
to
like
change a
I
lot.
think Kaiser has that. I'm not so sure which other hospital have that. So those are easier because the midwives are more trained to know that there are other options for them. So and like I said, at 21 weeks it's still good because not big enough for the baby and the placenta is okay. So maybe they can move and then that's good.
Yeah.
But at 35 weeks, I'm like, no, I don't think
Yeah.
it ever move.
Okay.
Yeah. So at least in the 3 cases that I took in that late in the pregnancy, they all had to go through C-section, which is okay because then the woman is mentally prepared. I think it's
Right.
harder when women are not prepared, and then,
Right.
Yeah.
it's such a shock. I mean, birth itself takes a lot out of us.
It really
Yes, it
takes a
does.
lot.
Yes,
And
it does. I praise y'all for that.
I know,
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank you for continuing the human race.
and when some of my friends ask me what's giving birth is like, I say it feels like you're being hit by a truck and you don't know it's coming.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, and women's body change after they give birth.
Yeah.
Be it one child or multiple child, they change. They never go back to our
Right. 100%.
pre-pregnancy.
Yeah.
So we have to deal with that too because we are grieving that part of us last time, and now we are celebrating the next stage of our evolution, if you will, into motherhood or parenthood.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
What has been the biggest challenges you constantly see, frequently see when trying to educate people about acupuncture?
I think I don't think this is just a thing in the US, but also I'm also seeing this slowly in like places like Singapore, where I was originally from, where we normally use this medicine as our first stop and Western medicine as the second or third stop. Whereas here, unfortunately, some patient when they call us, especially those who are coming in for pain and all those, they go like, oh, I have a surgery scheduled for end of this month. So I just want to try 1 or 2 sessions of acupuncture to see if it works. And then I'm like, okay, if you are a candidate for surgery, meaning your situation has been going on for years, right?
Right.
Because pain doesn't exist in isolation.
Yeah.
It affects every aspect of your life. If you have chronic pain, you probably have like insomnia, or you probably have like maybe a little bit of depression because you used to be able to
course.
run, but now you can't. So do you see how this is a cyclical thing? So to break the cycle, you can do into session.
Right.
So sometimes it's hard to convince those patients, say like, yes, you may eventually need the surgery, but I cannot guarantee you that
Right.
in 2 weeks all your problems gonna be gone because
Right. You're
So
only
it's
giving
almost
me
like-
2 weeks to.
Right.
yeah, I would say managing expectation is one.
It's
come
almost
to
like
that.
because it's
Yeah.
so foreign to them, like they're not
Possibly.
familiar with acupuncture,
And then
they
suddenly-
almost don't want to
yeah.
invest too much. So they're just
Possibly.
kind of like, if they're skeptical and they're like, I don't know if this is going to work, so I'm going
Right.
to try it once or
Yeah.
twice,
Yes.
and that's it.
Yeah, and like even with psychotherapy
Yeah.
and all this, like, come on, we have layers of
Yeah,
Onion to
I
peel.
can't fix everything in one session.
No,
It's
or
just,
people sometimes will come in who are inquiring about therapy for the first
Yes.
time, and they almost want the answer of like, well, how long will it take, right? And almost like they're wanting in 3 months guaranteed,
I get
like
that all the
I
time.
can, I
I
can
know.
make
Right.
sure you're
I know.
better.
I
know.
But that's not the case. It's like every single person is different, and I
Yes.
can't give you an exact time frame. For some
Exactly.
people, yes, 3
Yes.
months is more than enough time
Yes.
to get it done. And for others, I've had clients that have been with me for 3 years.
Yes.
And they're still benefiting and getting a
Of
lot out of
course.
therapy. And
Of
so
course.
you just can't tell.
Yeah, and I find that it's really important to manage expectations. So that will be some of the things I ask during the consultation. Like I say, like, okay, you have this going on, and do you understand that if this is the first time you are embarking in healing, it may not have very rare.
Right.
You take care of a person problem in one session.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, yeah, I can do it in 2 sessions. That's just,
Right.
I don't know, fake advertising. If
Yeah, I
you
mean that's even with massage therapy. I would do
Yeah.
the best I can.
Yeah.
But consistency is key.
Yeah.
Right,
You
and
know,
then-
you're gonna see benefits if you're consistently coming
Yes.
twice a week or once a
Yes.
week, or
Yeah.
the more consistent you are, the
Yes.
better your results are going to be. I can't
Correct.
fix it like that. You
Yeah.
know, I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could be like touch you like that and be like, "Oh, you healed."
Yeah, yeah.
You know, send me 5,000, you're good. You know, like
So I tell them this is your steps of care. So if it's an acute care, meaning let's say, okay, touch wood, you walk outside, you sprain your ankle. So of course you're gonna heal faster of that sprained ankle because the moment you promote circulation and everything, your body gonna heal like in about a week or so.
Yes.
But if you're talking about I want to reverse diabetes, that takes more
Yes.
than just the acupuncture. If
Yes.
you don't change your lifestyle, if you
Yes.
don't, I mean, I could help you with like the herbs and also looking at like let's analyze your lab work and
Right.
let's say if your A1C is this number, let's do this, and in 3 months let's retest your numbers, and if your number go down, meaning whatever we're doing is working for you. So and I said you have to stay the course. I mean, we're gonna get frustrated. I mean, I get frustrated too when certain
I'm sure
things
you
in
do.
my life are not working very well.
Yeah.
But you also have to stay the course. And I say it's like when you come here and you're in a lot of pain, think of it like we are putting out fires. Okay?
Yes.
But at the same time, we have to build foundation. And this is especially when I try to help patients who struggle with like years of allergies, with recurring chronic sinus infection. Then I say, right now, you cannot breathe, everything is blocked, we're fighting fire. So you need to do this. But when you're better, I want to build foundation. So as I build foundation, you don't have to come so often.
Right.
So then I tell them, so this is not going to be like a 3 weeks thing. I said, like the building foundation can take a year for people to heal, but it doesn't mean you have to come every week because
Right.
you can then maybe from then you understand that gluten make this worse. So so if you want to eat the gluten, fine, but when it's worse, you have to back off. So I think empowering them too,
Yes.
because I think we also have to tell people that at the end of the day you are still responsible for your health. You come and
Yes.
see us once a week,
Yes.
twice a week.
We can
I rarely
only-
see people 3 times a week.
Yeah. We can
But
only
the rest of the time
guide
you
you.
live with yourself. So if you don't like yourself, you better change that a little
It's all about
bit,
that aftercare instruction. What you
Yes.
do at home.
Yes.
It's really important. You can't
Yeah.
come to us expecting us to be able to do everything for you. You have to follow the model, and you have to help you build the foundation.
Right, and I tell people that my goal is to put you in a space that the next time you come and see me, it's not for the original reason why you come, maybe something else, because now you know how acupuncture helps you or this medicine has helped you. So
Yes.
so then I know that I've done my part. Like you know how to use this as one of your toolbox, that
Yes.
kind of stuff. And it does happen. Like people come and see me like 10 years later, they say, do you remember me? I say like, oh, maybe, let me see, what's your last name? And
Yeah.
people last name change because, life
yes.
happens, right?
Yeah, life
Form
happens.
new relationship, existing relationship dissolve. And then, and I did get older in 10 years, so I may not remember you.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
And you
but when
stay
they
busy
come
too,
in, I'm
so.
like, yeah, I remember you used to come for such and such situation. They say, is that the same thing you want to work to this? Oh no, I have other stuff. I say, okay, let's listen to the other stuff. Yeah. So
there's more.
and sometimes it's kind of sad. Like you get phone calls and say like, oh, now my husband has cancer, so I need help with that. So yeah.
What has been like the most interesting ailment you've been able to help someone with acupuncture?
The one that like the worst anomaly or something like
Something,
that.
yeah, just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Most
that's
unique.
weird, but yeah, most unique ailment, just, I would have never thought this would have helped with this
person?
ailment
Yeah.
or this problem.
I would say the turning of the breech baby, because that was
Yeah,
really
that's
amazing.
awesome. Like
I
that's
know.
still in my head.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know how you can get crazier
Yeah.
than that. That's
Right.
that's pretty awesome.
We do the acupuncture and also we do a technique called moxibustion.
Okay.
So those two in combination. Yeah, I think that
Okay.
would be the best. Yeah, and I would say the second best would be treating children
Yes.
to improve in
you can
lips.
do
Yes.
acupuncture on children.
Yes. yes,
Oh.
yeah. And even babies, so they start like at about 3 to
babies.
6 months. Yeah.
I love babies.
Yeah, because for fevers,
Yes.
colic, teething, or
Wow.
failure to thrive.
Okay.
So those are like babies, and
Yeah.
and also because the family come and see me while the mom is pregnant, so then I would
Yes.
tell them, like if you see this going on with your baby and you want to get, you could bring, and I've experienced doing that.
Wow.
And then other kids, like I still remember this case. It was a really amazing case. Her mom used to be a patient of mine, and the mom came because she had a very bad period, and knowing that I benefited from it, so her mom
Yes.
benefited from it too. And then she told me like, oh, her daughter at that time was 4th grade and wasn't reading at grade level, so the teacher not gonna promote her to the next grade. So then she said, oh, do you think you could help? I said, I don't know, let's try.
Yeah.
So we brought her in and everything. She received her treatment, and then I think she came like once a week for like a good 1.5 to 2 months. So then one day on a Saturday, she came, and I was busy with patient and everything. So when it was at her appointment, she go, oh, Miss Ida, look, I want to show you my medal. So I said, oh, what is it? They said, I could read at my grade level, I'm gonna get promoted. And I'm like,
Oh, that's
Wow.
beautiful. That's amazing.
So yeah.
Yeah, so various number of things that
Yeah.
acupuncture could help for. Can you name a few other things, just so the people could know? Because obviously there's a wide range of ailments and dysfunctions and discomforts, rather, that you
Yeah.
can help people with.
I have one specific actually I want to know
Okay.
about. Can you help with ADHD? Because I have so many clients that don't really know what
to do.
what supports are in place for ADHD.
We could, because that can manifest on the clients differently. Concentration, could be nervousness, could be insomnia, or even memory, that kind of stuff. So if we do that, I think it'll help them. And then and also it's a matter of whether are they already on medication or not. So if they're already on medication, then maybe we can help them slightly differently.
Right.
If they're not on medication and they don't want to start, I think this is where,
Yeah,
this
a lot
is
of my clients don't want to have to resort to medication,
Right.
but then managing it on their own feels so overwhelming.
I think is the focus. So if
Yeah.
we can like help with the mind chatter and everything, and let them be on tests, I think that helps a lot of the ADHD
Right.
clients and patients that come.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say the stuff that I like to do a lot right now is something to do with internal medicine.
Say that again?
Internal medicine.
Internal
like
medicine.
digestive issues and all
Yes.
those. Or even skin issues. Because
Yes.
when people say, oh, I want to come for eczema, then I say, okay, but I just want to let you know, when you come for eczema, how I help you is by restoring your gut health. And they go like, what?
Yep. Makes all the sense in
Yeah.
the world.
And I say,
Makes
like,
all the sense in the world.
think about it. People forget that your skin is the largest organ in your body.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if anything is not right inside, it'll express. Just like, we get
All the
pimples
time.
and everything.
All the
and,
time.
And I notice when I don't eat well, I'll have pimple outbreaks. I have
Yeah.
like redness and everything. But when I eat good, my skin is good. So
Yes.
I would say digestive stuff. And also, not just from the perspective of Chinese medicine, but even Western medicine too. If you cannot digest food, you cannot absorb food. So think about it. So you could be given the best medicine in the world, the best herbs, the best food and everything, but if you cannot absorb it, it's just going to go visual.
It's going to go right through you. Yeah.
So, I would say internal medicine like that. And I tell them, if you really want long-term health change, you need to change the way you eat. You need to change, and that
It has to be a lifestyle change.
Yes, and that takes time. And I tell them,
Has to be a
you may
lifestyle.
not be 100% committed right now, but when you're working with me, if you could like do 10%, and when you see better, you do 20%. That's all I'm asking. Because remember, this is still your journey. I'm your co-pilot.
Yeah.
You still have to fly the plane.
Yeah, you
Yes,
still have to fly the
yes.
plane.
and
But you
I
got me here to help you read the maps.
right. Yeah, I'll be your GPS coordinator.
Yeah, don't trip. Yeah. That way.
Yeah, and then just like us, when we go through healing, there are times where we like, oh my God, this is just I can't do it. I say you will go through that, and you'll go through that. And I say, I go through that too when I go through like my healing and everything. And when we are trying to push area that we're not comfortable with, what do? Just like a teenager, we rebel, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I think people like it when you share a little bit about your struggle. Then they go like, oh wow, I thought you're all this.
Yeah.
I said,
Right.
no, I have my own shit to deal with.
Yeah. Yes, you do. We all do. It's how we got here in the first place.
I may not share it with you, but I have.
Yeah,
And I'll share it with my therapist.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we have something coming up not too far from now. That's going to be a lot of fun and
Yes.
exciting.
Yes.
We are doing what is it again? The
27th of March.
27th of March. We're doing a sound bath, more than likely a violin sound bath with acupuncture and Reiki.
Yes.
Yes. Y'all hear that?
So many
Yeah.
goodies.
Yeah.
So
many.
you've done sound baths before with acupuncture?
No, never. I've done.
yeah.
I've done chakra yoga with
Yes.
acupuncture
Okay.
with Don Bisek.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes.
Yeah, so we did a workshop last
I
month.
think I just scheduled a podcast, right?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'll double check.
And then we both trying to do it like as a season change. We're calling it seasonal wellness with yoga and acupuncture.
Okay.
So I think what we could do is that we could extrapolate what we do with the yoga and acupuncture to the sound bath.
Oh
and
yeah, it's gonna be.
acupuncture.
I've experienced acupuncture with sound bath. It was very different. They just did the ears.
Yes, yeah.
And it definitely was a different experience in
Yep.
regards to receiving the frequency.
Yeah.
It was a lot more intense.
Yep.
And it felt really good, but I could feel the difference with the pins or the needles rather in my earlobes.
Yeah.
They had them on the earlobes.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait. I think ours is going to be a little bit different. You're saying
Yes.
anywhere from like 3 to 5 needles per.
Yeah. So yeah, and then sound healing music
Yes,
is
that
very
frequency.
healing. I mean,
Oh,
that's
man.
why all of us like play nice relaxing music during a massage session,
Yes.
background music, and things like that, because and hopefully it clears the blockages, and then with the sound and everything. So I'm really excited to see and
Oh, yes.
to
As
listen
we
to the
are.
experience of the participants and see how much they
Exactly.
They enjoy
that
it.
feedback after is what's going
Yeah.
to really feed us.
Yeah.
That's going
Yeah.
to I think it's going to be great. I know it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a great experience.
And you have a couple of other events coming up as well, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
On March 20th, which is the first day or is Spring Equinox Day.
Yes.
Out of my clinic in Chino, I'm hosting a clinic open house. So anybody that come during that time will get a stress reduction ear acupuncture. And I think that's kind of a nice segue. Then we can plug in the event that we're
Yes,
gonna have.
even
next
better.
To that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
what a great opportunity for them to be able to come and check out the environment,
Yes.
the office, meet you more
Yes.
directly, and get just a little taste of what acupuncture is, just in case they're not familiar with it yet.
And also and to kind of like demystify stuff or something.
Yeah.
I always like to say this: for all of you who have never been to an acupuncture clinic or experienced acupuncture, I love hosting events like that because I kind of like tease people saying that, oh, then you come and see whether I'm gonna wave chicken on top of your head.
She's putting that real cure on you. Chicken feathers and
Well, I may say it to you guys when you come in as a clearing, but no chicken.
no
Chickens
chicken.
No
involved.
chicken
No,
involved.
no chicken legs, no monkey paws.
Monkey paws.
Yeah. No rabbit's foots.
And then there's also a retreat. This
Yes.
is several months out, right?
Yes.
But a retreat later this year.
Yes. I am hosting a retreat in Marrakesh, Morocco, from October the 3rd to October the 10th.
Nice.
And that would be an 8-day Qigong and acupressure retreat. So every day we would do Qigong exercises.
Yes.
And then in the afternoon I'll teach the retreat participant like acupressure, and then maybe we incorporate essential oils and things like that.
Yes.
And then even though it's a retreat, there's a lot of downtime for you guys to
Explore.
to just be, and we will have quite a few group activities that we're going to go to the palace, we're going to hike the Atlas Mountain, we're going to go learn about traditional Moroccan spices and herbs. So there will be a traditional herbalist, and then we're also going to learn like their authentic Moroccan cooking, because I love their food.
Moroccan food is good.
Yeah. So yeah. Then maybe I can share the details later or
Yes,
something
of
like
course.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course.
So whoever wants to, we are limiting it to 12 participants, and I think I'm about halfway.
Oh my
booked
goodness, already?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So we are just left with like 6 more.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So it's gonna be fun because I really like the vibe of Morocco and everything, and I think it's gonna be a good experience, a cultural immersion and everything. And if you are a solo traveler, this would be awesome because we are going to travel as a group to places.
Yes.
And then and then if you want a vacation / wellness, this is also a good one.
Yeah.
This is a great one,
Because
yeah.
Oh, that's
you
amazing.
get those, and then you get to explore places,
Oh, very
and make new
cool.
friends because. By hosting retreats, I realized that there are a lot of people who want to travel, but they're
Yes.
afraid to travel by themselves. But I say,
Yes.
like, in a way, you travel solo, but we are still in a group, so
There's
you can
a
have,
safety included there.
right, and especially for women travelers.
Yeah.
And I said you can have your private time. Let's say during our downtime, you might want to journal, you might want to go to the spa, I might want to go ride camel.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, and you can
You have options.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
great.
That's
going to be a great
incredible.
experience.
Is this
you.
your first retreat ever, or have you done some before?
This is gonna be my second one.
Okay.
The first one is actually coming soon. I'm actually leaving to Oaxaca, Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be more like a vacation wellness to, I used to go to Oaxaca 10 years ago as part of Acupuncturists Without Borders and as part of your World Healing Exchange program. So what we do is that we go to countries that has and learn about their indigenous healing and their culture, and then when we meet them, we experience their indigenous healing, all their limpias and everything, and in
Yeah.
exchange we give them acupuncture.
That's-
So if we are in the
Oh, wow,
villages,
that's incredible.
we ask them to bring your
Yeah.
tribe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I've always wanted to go there because Oaxaca really captures my heart. The place is so beautiful and everything, and if you don't want to go to Mexico with all the drinking and binging,
Yeah.
and really want to know the culture.
Yeah,
and the
because it's
people.
not just about partying.
Yeah, and this is it. So we're gonna have elements of like the Temazcal healing, crystal healing, and what do you call that? The limpias and everything.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we're also gonna visit places of historical and sacred to the community.
Yes.
So, for example, we're gonna visit the pyramids. That is, I think it's the Toltec people, and then we're gonna go to villages where weaving is part of their means of economy.
Yeah.
And just like anywhere in the world, you go to the northern part of somewhere, their weaving pattern is this, and their color is this,
Right.
because this is the
This
plant that they
represents-
have, and so this is
Right.
their natural dye. But then we go to the south, it's like this because they're closer to the ocean, so their pattern is more fish or something.
Yeah.
So I love shit like that. So yeah, and of course the food,
Yes,
like
of course the food.
mole and everything. So
Yes.
so I really love it. I would love to do another retreat to Oaxaca again. And
Yeah, please
and-
let us know. Let's
Yes.
collaborate on that.
Yeah,
I think we should
yeah.
collaborate on that
Why
one.
not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the
Why
most
not?
important thing is the person that I'm collaborating with in Oaxaca. I met this couple, and I'm so impressed by them. Do we have time or no?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Claudia, she is German. Her husband is Swiss. So he was a Swiss architect. Claudia was a German sociology professor or something like that.
Okay.
So many years ago, not knowing each other, strangers, they came to Oaxaca to learn Spanish. They fell in love with the place. They fell in love with each other.
Oh.
And then they wanted to know, how how can they live legally in this country?
Yeah.
and like they are so in love with the community and everything.
Of course.
So they decided to open up this travel agency called Tierra Ventura, and their specialty is really indigenous culture and indigenous healing. So when you hire their services, they'll bring you to places that are like off the beaten. They're not going to bring you to bars to drink.
Right.
And I'm like, wow. So when Acupuncturists Without Borders network with them, and I was like, wow, I wanted to do something with them, because what a great thing. And the other thing that people don't know is that a lot of the remote villages that she brought us to, there's really not much opportunity for the young girls there. So one of the curandera, which is like a healer, told Eves and Claudia, who doesn't have their own kids, to adopt these 4 girls legally, so that she could give the opportunity to these girls education and just not perspective in life. And these girls, I haven't seen them since I haven't been there for 10 years. They're probably in their early 20s. And I'm like, wow, that is so amazing for them to do that. And this is literally, what would a white privilege do? Like help communities and everything. And I'm like, wow, if I ever were to do anything, I want to do it with you, no one else, because and that's what it is. Their lives, and they still honor the tradition of where the girls grew up and all those. So whatever ceremony that they have to go through as part of their culture, they do that. And I thought like, wow, that's amazing.
That is amazing.
And I'm like, I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
Bringing awareness to the community, awareness to different healing modalities, and also, just more economical growth for that community as well, and awareness.
Yes.
Third world countries. I mean, they call us third world countries, but we're so much happier, and there's so much more abundance and wealth in our health and in culture. It's not really a third world country when you look at it like that. That's and with all the greens and the healthy soil.
Yes. And the food is so good.
And the food is delicious, organic.
Yeah.
Fresh.
Yep.
I love it. Oh, I really want us to work together.
Oh my God.
It's like a chapati, fresh.
Yeah.
I love it. I think I look forward to this. We already have one thing coming out. So why don't we just keep going and see what else we can build? If we can build these experiences for people, for all you guys out there, we can make a wonderful, we can make it really wonderful for people.
Yeah.
Yes.
A wonderful healing journey that involves, sound, acupuncture, any of the local medicines, just a wonderful healing experience. Throw some therapy up in there, some breath work.
Why not?
Every day, get your little 30-minute, healing session with Crystal and everyone else, Reiki, and we have a plethora of healers. I get you lined up, like man, Life Force Activate. Y'all hear me, community? I'm talking to you, Holistic Healers community, and you too, watchers. All the audience. I'm talking to everybody. I think this is going to be a great thing.
I think so too. But thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you so much for being here
sharing
with
my
us.
passion.
Of course.
Yeah, and I love it. Your passion definitely shines through. You can see just how connected to your field you are, and how much you put yourself out there to really educate others and to be there to help others, support them.
Thank you.
So I think it's so beautiful.
Thank you. I feel so lucky to be able to share this medicine and this healing with people who never know about the medicine, and to trust me, and that's really important.
It's an honor.
It's
It's
really
really an honor when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate having you here. We really, really appreciate you being part of our community.
Thank you.
And we can't wait to see what we build together.
Thank you. Yes,
We
why
will.
not?
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to do that. We'll have all of Ida's information on the show notes. We'll also have her IG page, so follow her to make sure you can sign up for any other events she's got going on, and then keep a lookout for collaborated events as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just telling Crystal before we got started that when I did my vision board for 2025, I put the word collaboration.
Yeah.
So this is me.
Yes. Is that your word for the year?
That's our word
Oh
of the
yeah,
year.
that's my
That's
one
your word for the year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So,
love that.
So yeah. So I'm
That's
I'm
what we're here to
exploring.
do. Yeah. Well, we're right here for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys for spending the morning with me.
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you, audience, for checking us out. Do what you do best. Follow, like, subscribe, share with your people, subscribe. And yeah, until next time, everybody, we'll see you then. Say bye.
Bye.